Alright, I was thinking of making a video on my first impressions of Friends and whatever, but it's kind of seeing some people not they were talking about how they can't get to, 31 score and everything, so figured I'd go ahead and maybe experiment a little bit more with like lower, non 5-star discs, I guess. 4-star discs, whatever. Primarily 4-star discs. Like if you're using 3-star discs, like that's, I assume you just got nothing to put in to fill up the slots, but 4-star discs, I did a run where I got to 31, and I'm gonna play through, kind of go over it, pause here and there on some things, kind of give a bit of advice to get to 31, even though it's not a super important thing to get. Potentials are the primary thing you want to go for. Getting to 31 is just, it's a bonus. Like, I think it even says that they're bonuses. So, but, I do understand that break to get to 31. Like, that's about 600 attack. It's, hey, 600 attack, 600 attack, But, so, for this run, as you can see, all 4 stars. And I'm pretty sure I have all of the support discs ascended to 60, going past 60, because you have to ascend it. You have to get to 60 and ascend it to get the last note. So, and these notes, they'll have a matching for the skills to be activated for the other discs. And all these discs are not fully upgraded, obviously, because I've got 5-star discs that I'd rather use. So, but I did try to select the discs that I thought were going to be pretty good. I think these are it. So, I think what I might try to do is kind of fast through whatever the gameplay that goes on, if it goes on for too long. Primarily getting to, some of the selection points, because one of the things that I will advise people to do is you still want to select the potentials that are core to your build. But sometimes you just gotta take what you gotta take. I did get lucky with this run with quite a few potentials that popped up. Pre-upgraded, pre-leveled. Okay, here you always want to prioritize, getting notes for the skills, for the requirements of the skills on your discs. Always want to prioritize that. Yeah, see, I got it. Finishing below level 3 was a good one to get. The thing with getting... I chose a 50 coin because that's just a guaranteed I was gonna get it. The thing with 4-star discs is you will get a lot of notes for those activation of those skills, because it doesn't use any like elemental or melody of luck notes. It uses relatively common notes that you'll get in the run. See, level 3 Inferno. I got pretty lucky with this run, honestly, and I was just going in to get whatever was upgraded and whatever. However, when we get to the end, okay, I'm talking too much. I'm going all over the place. So, one thing important that you want to kind of make sure. See, I went through here and I checked to see how many potentials I have. I only had 2. I look at notes, see what notes are in, what notes I need. And then I also get a potential that's on sale. None of those potentials were ideal for a core build. Blast Chase is alright, it's pretty good, but it's not like ideal or part of a optimal build for Fuyuka, so. And obviously what you primarily want to do here with the enhancements station is to get the potentials that you got at the beginning up as high as you can. And you want to make sure you have 3 potentials by the time you do that. And ideally, you want 2 potentials that are going to be good or core for your build, which I did have, which was the Lethal Inferno and Finishing Blow. Okay, here, I believe, yeah, I went and bought those 15 notes. I'll probably talk about this once I get through the Ascension run. Because I think I kind of figured out a sort of, you could say rule of thumb to do, depending on like what discs you have equipped. So primarily in the main slot, and this is the assumption that you have support discs in their, you know, they have the max notes that they could possibly have on them. So, Two Gun Salute, again, not the best potential, but it was leveled up. Notice also, well, like get through it, but you will notice that I did not, yeah, all these, not that great. The attack melody, I did not get it. Sure, it's more attack, but it doesn't serve the purpose of leveling up any of the disc skills, which was what I was primarily aiming for. I remember thinking there I probably should have gotten the skills because it would have maximized and given me more notes towards the skills, the harmony skills, but Bought it because it helps with discs. I bought that because it helps with discs. I believe that is two 15 note bundles that I have purchased. One of them was half off, so. And that will be the third 15 note bundle that I purchased this run. I think I missed it. Was that the 4th? Yeah. So I bought 4 15 note bundles. If I'm not mistaken, I think I also bought this crit as well. Might be misremembering. Not gonna help benefit me, but yeah, I was going through the math in my head trying to figure out how much it was gonna give me. Because again, my goal was to get to 31, and I understand that this isn't probably a good example of what somebody should be doing, but it is very possible to get to 31. Yep, and I buy this last one. I think I bought that just to get to it. Yeah. But this is with discs that are all 4 stars. Then you have to keep in mind that since it's all 4 stars, there's going to be a lot less potential, no pun intended, for points to be gotten, because each disc only has 1 harmony skill. And I don't know what illegal characters, what its issue was with the naming there. Censorship's a little off with this game sometimes. Yeah, and this is me doing a run of boss splits with the record that I just made. Just to show like the performance of it, which if I'm not mistaken, it does get like the full 7-star clear. And actually, I think it performed about on par to what my Forenza's doing, which should say something about the character, I guess. But I also don't have everything leveled up on her and whatever, but I do have using a lot of, I guess, premium discs, you know, 5-star discs and whatever for her. So this build with Pika, all 4-star discs, and potentials are not, it's not the best build either with the potentials, although it's still pretty decent. I got fairly lucky with the ascension run. If I'm not mistaken, I think I run away when I could have probably just sat there and burned them. Yeah, and I didn't get some more hits in, but it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, that's about on par with my friend's team. So going through all that, after I've gone through all that and I've recorded stuff, and I'm like trying to think exactly why I made this video, and I'm sort of wanting to give a bit of perspective of certain things and kind of give a bit of like a advice or a rule of thumb on the records. Like, again, they are not important, and I wouldn't really recommend or get too bummed out about not getting 231, but it is like very doable to do. But I kind of noticed a sort of rule of thumb with it, and it involves those 15 note bundles that pop up in the stores. You're gonna probably, if you're wanting to also get 231, like if you've got like all 5-star discs, you can probably rely on luck to be able to get 231. But a lot of the time you're gonna want to at least buy one 15 note bundle to more reliably get 231. And depending on like how you're choosing your potentials, you may have to end up buying like 2. So it's all dependent on like, you know, how much what you're doing with your choice of potentials and what discs you have as well. So when you've got all 5-star discs, primarily in the main slot, you're still gonna probably want to buy one 15 note bundle. Depending on how you're choosing your potentials, probably another one. If you've got a 4-star disc in one of the main slots, you might as well add another 15 note bundle to it to try and get to 31. And I guess that's a sort of general rule of thumb. If you're wanting to more reliably get to 15 or to get to a 31 record, you're going to want to buy at least one note bundle. And if for any like 4-star discs that you have in the main slot, add another note bundle to it. Because the discs, they don't have an extra harmony skill to be able to make up for that difference in the score. I haven't done all the math on this yet, but that's generally my feeling with how to get to a 31 record. So if you got a 4-star disc in the main slot, you better tack on, make sure you get a bundle, purchase a bundle. That is if you're wanting to go for a 31 record. Don't prioritize it. If you're wanting to get a good performing record, I would honestly be very selective with what note bundles you purchase. If it's like half off and it's one that's like a crucial note to get, like if you purchase it and you're gonna get like several harmony skills activated, hey, that's pretty good. That is an ideal situation to be in. That is worth getting. But other than that, you're gonna have to be very selective on what you're going to purchase, what you're going to do with your run and getting that record created. Another thing that I also sort of thought of is a change of mindset that I started to have when I was kind of going through the 4-star discs. And I might actually thinking about making a video talking about 4-star discs, because while I did before like recommend like 5-star discs and wanting 5-star discs, but the thing with the 5-star discs, and when I'm talking about 5-star discs, I'm primarily talking about the ones that are like in here. they're like, they're still good to get. Obviously, I'm not walking that back. Compared to everything else in the shop, like, they are worthwhile to get still, especially if you're using 4-star discs. Yeah, I might try to make a video going a little bit more on 4-star discs. I don't have 4-star discs, and I don't know how I'm gonna do it, because my mindset did change a bit when I was going through and experimenting with 4-star discs and seeing, you know, what I was wanting to use and prioritize. So, and again, while these 5-star discs are still good, I'm a bit iffy on exactly the usage of them now. So I'll try to see if I can get that working, because I also know that there's a lot of people that are asking for 4-star disc recommendations and like what ones are good to have and whatnot. So general like free-to-play advice and options, even though you can still get signature notes, or not notes, signature discs and 5-star discs. But I'm starting to understand more like why people want, I guess it should have been obvious to begin with, because they are like generally accessible discs to equip. So, and I don't think I'm seeing a whole lot of people talk about what 4-star discs to prioritize as well. And if I'm not mistaken, a lot of them are still from the gacha. You still have to kind of pull for a fair amount of them, so they're not exactly the most accessible. But I mean, if I've gotten pretty much all of them, not maxed out, but pretty much obtained at least one of every one, so I think it's very doable to have them obtained. It probably will eventually happen. Anyways, try to get that out. For now, I might try to get my first impressions of Friends video out first. I don't know how much more I want to say about her. There's information is kind of all over the place. And I myself am having like conflicting performance results with her, with what some people are saying. There's a lot of confusion kind of going on with her. But the general theme that's kind of going around is, well, I'll make the video on it. It probably won't be a long one. I don't know, we'll see. I say that and then the videos end up being incredibly long. But yeah, I think that's about it. You got to the end of the video, got through my rambling. Thanks for listening, and I'll see ya.